and welcome to I's eDesign Codemakers tutorials for 3D modeling. This is part number 2 for Autodesk Meshmixer, and last time I showed you a little bit about how to manipulate basic objects using some of the basic features and how to move around. Now what I'm going to show you how to do is actually make a bit of a design. So I'm just going to open one of the existing objects that they have. We'll open up this gremlin and see it's kind of a weird looking guy right now. I'm going to use some of the features that we saw from before to add to him a little bit, make him look a little bit creepier than he already does. So the first thing I'm going to do is make his jaw a little bit bigger because I want to make a mouth for him. So I'm going to use the sculpt feature. I'm going to use this inflate feature. And I'm just going to go down and I'm going to get a good look at his chin. I'm just going to inflate this a little bit so that there's a little bit more room for a mouth. So you want to click on the area that you want to inflate. If you miss it and you click down here instead, it's going to inflate the wrong spot. If you're moving it, if you try dragging it, it might do something wrong. So remember what I told you before. You can go to Actions, Undo if you mess up, or you can hit Control Z on your keyboard and fix any mistakes that you make. So I'm just going to make his chin a little bit bigger here so that there's some room for his mouth. And then I'm going to flatten it out a little bit because it looks a little bit too... I'm going to smooth it down a little bit because it looks a little bit too bumpy right now. So there, we made a little bit more space for his mouth. Now I want to make kind of a jawline for him, or I want to make a mouth for him. So I'm going to use this draw feature. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit, and let's just kind of go around. Let's try and just make a bit of a mouth for him on the bottom. Spot for his teeth. It's going to look kind of messy at first, but I'm going to use some features to kind of smooth it out after. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to use this bubble smooth, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And we'll just smooth it out so that it kind of gets rid of all the weird looking features. It's almost just like a bit of a jaw now for him. I'm going to just give him some teeth there. So I'm going to go to the spikes, and I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Remember when I told you in the last one, when you do a spike, it goes right in the direction of the camera. So I want to make some teeth that go up. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here. That's a little too small. So let's make these bigger. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here. So there's some big teeth for him. I'll just make some tiny little ones. So it depends on how long you hold the mouse down for. So I'm just going to click a little bit across the bottom, and it's just going to make kind of a row of teeth for him. We'll give him one more right there. So he's got kind of a row of teeth with two big fangs on the bottom. So that gives him a little bit of a mouth. I'm also going to use the same spike feature to make some horns for him to make him look a little bit more scary. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to go up to the top here, and we will make the size bigger. And the horns I'm going to make go out in kind of a direction like this. So I'm going to click this, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click like that. They're a little bit lopsided, and they're a little bit bigger than I want, so I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to go right about here. There we go. There's some horns, and he's got some teeth. So there's a few things that you can do to take one of the existing pieces that they have and manipulate them to make them look a little bit different. You can also see that our guy has a bit of a belly on him. So let's say we want to get him in shape. So we're going to go to the bubble smooth, and we're going to make the brush a little bit bigger. And we're going to go here. We're just going to smooth it down a little bit, try and get rid of his belly. There, we trimmed him down a little bit too, so made him look a little more intimidating, gave him some fangs, gave him some horns, got rid of his belly. So there's a few different ways that you can just easily, quickly manipulate a guy like this to make him look a little bit different. There's a lot more you can do. And if you want to tune into the next one, I'll show you a few more things you can do to manipulate things by removing parts and adding new parts on completely. So thanks for paying attention, and we'll see you again later.